Yeah, I guess fine.
Did you start?
Yes. Yes.
All right, you people, are you ready for it? Yeah? We're ready for it too, so the floor is yours. Go ahead.
All right, thank you. So good morning. Thanks a lot for being here today. We're happy that you can make some time available for us. So my name is Daniel, and next to me are standing Rafit, Martin, Sven, and Paulina. And together we are TM Marketing. And for the past 2 months, we've worked hard to create a fully developed and multi-dimensional marketing toolkit for your company and the trips that you offer to the French Alps for women. And yeah, I can assure you that we all worked very hard and we all put in our utmost efforts. So we'd be very happy to present that to you today, and we hope that you are equally as excited as we are about this project, and that this might lead to a fruitful and promising collaboration between us in the future. So yes, just to give you a little overview of what the presentation will look like. First of all, we'll talk about our branding process, then about the trends and developments, the competitor analysis, then about the research we conducted, so field and desk research. Furthermore, we're going to talk about personas and the customer journey method we use, and eventually how all this research led to our final marketing campaign. And yeah, we're going to talk a bit about the content calendar as well, and give you a little budget allocation of the campaign. So once again, thank you for being here, and hope you enjoy.
Good morning. I'm really excited to introduce you to our Bella Vista journey, a brand that is designed for women aged 30 to 45 who find joy in embracing the unknown. Our brand represents the spirit of joy and exploration, brings the thrill of overcoming challenges, and reflects the grace of lasting connections. Beyond just a biking adventure, our brand focuses on breaking barriers, taking on challenges, and creating a united community with shared goals. Our bike is not only about a bike. Our brand is not only about a bike, but it's also a symbol of personal growth and unforgettable adventures. Bella Vista is a combination of 2 elements. Velo, that is derived from French, which means bicycle, and vista for scenic views in Italian and Spanish. Together, Bella Vista means cycling adventures with scenic views. Our slogan is pedal beyond boundaries, explore the Alps together. And our key promotional message is Bella Vista Journeys invites adventurous women aged 30 to 45 to enjoy thrilling cycling trips in the French Alps. Join us for unforgettable journeys and make lifelong connections.
Good morning, and thank you for being here today. So, for customer values, we use cross-selling, upselling, and deep selling. So, after conducting research, we found out that our target group likes upgrading their trips. For example, from a regular bike to e-bike, and also other accessories and gears with their package. So we took that as an opportunity to capitalize on and kept some option for upgrading with our trips. And we also found out that they prefer varieties of accommodation and flexible housing. So we use that as well as an opportunity to provide different housing options. And we also looked at our competitors, and we've seen that they keeps a lot of options, tool packages for the customers to choose from. So we also decided to provide a few tool packages, and so that the customers can figure out which one is best suited for them.
Trends and developments. Why is researching them important? Well, mainly because thanks to researching trends and developments, we can stay relevant in the competitive marketplace follow customer behavior or consumer behavior, better said, and keep a competitive advantage. For our trip, that is eco-friendly transportation. It is zero emissions, since it's a bike. That's the whole point of a bike tour. And it promotes physical health. Another thing that we have as a part of our trip are explainer videos. These have focused engagement for that us, that is women aged 30 to 45 that are interested in bike tours or riding bikes in mountains, and they have an educational significance, since our explainer videos are going to show the women how to prepare for the trip and other details surrounding that. And as the last trend, we implemented interactive maps, which can help a person visualize the trip that they are about to take, and it can help them have in real time to change the route if they are not satisfied with a certain aspect.
So, to learn more about the market that we will be working in, we have conducted research to our possible competitors by doing a competitor analysis. Here we compared 10 companies that could be possible competitors to us in the future. When it comes to the cost, most of them vary from 1,000 to 3,000 euros, which is mainly based on the amount of days that a trip will be, the level of accommodation or other extras. Most of our competitors focus on women only, just like we do, but they vary on skill level. So some are more of a training course and others require a high level. When it comes to promotion, almost all the companies promote their trip on social media. Only 2 of them use a website to promote their trip, and only 1 of them use a sponsoring partnership. So that's quite interesting to know, because we also will focus on social media as a promotion part. The company called Sakalobra will be our closest competitor, probably, because we offer roughly the same trip, but the difference is that we offer a cheaper trip, which makes us more interesting than them, of course.
Yeah. So our target demographics are women who are aged between 30 to 45, and our trip is for exclusively for women. So yeah, and most of them are from Netherlands, and their wishes and needs consist of few things. They prioritize safety and varieties of accommodation options overall, and they really look forward to a community that is strong and they can get connected with. And their major priority is fitness and wellness, so they always keep a focus on that before booking a trip. Their behavior is motivated by a few things. They want flexibility. They can be flexible with transportation. However, they prefer the eco-friendly travel modes such as walking and biking. Environmental consideration is a huge factor before deciding for a trip. And they mostly value outdoor experiences, and they can spend money for good experiences as well. And their trip must be consisting of a lot of outdoor experiences. And for technographic factors, they are mostly dependent on mobile and apps. So we also took that opportunity to create an app, actually, which my colleague will get into later. So engagement on social media is one of the main thing they do before planning a trip. They also like to share their experiences on social media, And we found out from research that most of the women in our target group, they are using Facebook, but Instagram is not far off. And they also use websites for booking online and doing research about trips as well.
Now share key insights from the interviews that we conducted with women aged 30 to 45, focusing on inspiration, booking preferences, ideal trips, and communication. So I'll start with inspiration. Our participants get inspiration from different sources, some from social media like Facebook and Instagram, and some of them focus on their values, hobbies, and eco-friendly choices. Now I'll dive into booking preferences, how our participants like to book their trips. We found a variety of preferences, with many choosing familiar organizations, going for online bookings, and enjoying a mix of emails and phone calls. Next on our journey are preferences for ideal trips. There was a range of consideration, such as accommodation, trip duration, mature emphasis, and alignment with personal values. And last but not least are communication styles. Communication styles showed variation of preferences, such as email, phone calls, or a combination of both. However, most of them prefer phone communication for its personal touch and building trust.
Alright, so next up I would like to talk about an important element of our target group research, personas. So in case you're not entirely familiar with the term persona, a persona is basically a fictional character that can be visualized to get a better understanding of the needs of your target group. So why did we use personas in our research? Why is it being important to us? So for many businesses, using personas turned out to be a very effective strategy, and for us it has been indifferent. So with our personas, we began to get a better understanding of our target group, women between 30 to 45 years old. And through these personas, we really learned to look through the eyes of our target group and to segment them into different types of persons. So this eventually gave us more insights into their needs, their wants, their values, and more. And ultimately, these insights really helped us with developments of our marketing campaign. Since we know more now about their interests and what they give importance to, we can start to focus more on that in our marketing content. So yeah, let's take a look into the personas that we created. So first of all, it's important to mention that the two personas that we created are basically a result of the target group research that we conducted already. So the first persona has been called Laura van Dijk. She's a 31 years old woman. She's married and a dentist as an occupation. So Laura basically represents a part of the target group that is primarily focused on physical and mental health in her day-to-day life and in traveling, which you can see in her character, needs and wants, personality, and more. So she may not be very outgoing during traveling, and she may be more focused on her individual experience. So for example, on the nature, on being in the moment, and enjoying the physical activity. We think it's likely that she is active on Instagram and YouTube, since she's still among the younger part of our target group. And Instagram and YouTube offer a lot of videos that are related to physical and mental health. So now the next persona that we created has been called Hannah de Vries, a 40 years old woman who is married and an English teacher as occupation. So on the contrary of Laura, Hannah is very much focused on the social aspect of in life and on making new contacts. So during a trip she might be, indeed very much focused on making new contacts. You can also see that in her needs and wants, for example, and her goals. And because she is so social, we also believe that she is active on Facebook, since there are a lot of common groups for people who share similar interests, such as cycling. Yes.
Customer journey map. What is that, you may ask? Well, a customer journey map showcases the end-to-end experience of a customer from their first from the first moment that the brand catches their attention to their post-purchase interactions. By creating a customer journey map, we get a little insight into the emotions, the pain points, or the touch points that a customer has while coming in touch with our brand. By creating this, we noticed multiple issues in the pain points, which gave us opportunities that we can use to beat customer expectations and foster their brand loyalty. For instance, in our customer journey map, we discovered that people can get irritated or even annoyed when they get a lot of post-purchase emails with long surveys, and it becomes spam in the end for them often. Our solution to that was we give you something and you give us something for that. So in the email we send a little discount for their next trip, while they fill out a short survey about their experience. So it's a win-win for both sides.
Now we will talk about marketing campaign that consists of social media, SEO, SEA, Bella Vista app, influencer marketing, and offline marketing. I'll talk about our plan for social media marketing, how we can use different platforms to tell everyone about our trip. Before we get into details, I will present again who we're trying to reach to. So we're trying to reach to women aged 30 to 45 who get inspiration from friends, family, and social media with preference for using Facebook. They also care about the environment, so we will make sure our social media content is all about being eco-friendly. So Facebook, as our main platform, is a big deal for our target audience since they spend most of their time online there. So we will focus on it a lot. We will share appealing images of the French Alps, the cycling roads, and behind the scenes moment. We will add interesting captions to catch our audience attention. We will use polls to ask our audience what they like. For example, what kind of accommodations they would like to stay in during the tour. We will create events on Facebook for cycling tour. This way, anyone that is interested in our cycling adventure can join, get updates, and ask questions, and feel like they're a part of our community. And we will make short videos to show off the tour and talk about safety, conduct Facebook live sessions, and for real-time interaction and Q&A sessions. Next is Instagram, which takes the spotlight for where pictures and videos take the spotlight. We will share quick and exciting videos by Reels showing highlights of the cycling adventure. For Instagram stories, we will share behind the scenes moment, daily tour highlights, and feedback from previous participants. And we'll create longer form content on IGTV, including our informative videos, daily journey, safety measures, and interviews with guides for more in-depth storytelling. And lastly is YouTube, where we will share longer videos. It's like a hub of information, and we will share high quality videos showing off the beauty of the French Alps, the cycling roads, and the diverse cultures. These videos will help us to tell how the tour will be like in details. We will upload regular videos highlighting each day of the tour, sharing effort level, beautiful spots, and cultural interactions with locals. It will be like a diary of our trip. And we'll make videos talking about safety, how to get ready for the tour, and what to expect.
SEO, SEA. Two very important parts of our marketing campaign. An SEO package is a search engine optimization package. It utilizes strategies to improve a website's visibility in the search engine's results. It identifies relevant keywords to optimize the search engine rankings. For us, those keywords are, for instance, French Alp tours, women's French Alp tours, women's mountain biking, and so on and so on. An SEO is good for organic website traffic. That means not paid one. By that I mean that people are not clicking on an ad, they're just searching something in a search engine, and the search engine itself gets them organically to our website. An SEO also improves our website's authority in the search results, and another thing to mention with this, we have one of the more expert packages. It costs more, but it gains us a lot of customers per month. It gains us by itself around 800 clicks on our website a month, and that's around 32 customers just by itself, by us using this package. Next, I have to mention the SEA, which is a search engine advertising. It involves paid strategies of advertising in search engines. This is more focused on demographics, location, and user behavior. So we pay for each click on our advertising. For this, we are focusing for better packages at the start of the year when most people are starting to think about a summer vacation, and that's why we invest more in the first 2 months. In those months, we have Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube included in the SEA strategies, and in the later months, we only have Facebook and Instagram. Also, it helps with the efforts of the SEO, and this is it creates paid foot traffic for our website. I forgot to mention.
Alright, so to continue, I would like to talk about one of the unique selling points of the campaign, the Fellow Vista Preparation Guide. So, the Fellow Vista Preparation Guide is an app that is created for both existing and new customers with the intention to provide a broad overview of what people can expect during our trips and how they can prepare in the best way. So why did we create the app? So, first of all, since the French Alps are known to be a very challenging cycling territory, we want to make sure that people do not underestimate the level of difficulty of the trips. And therefore we want to offer them a way to physically prepare themselves. Furthermore, out of our target group research, it appears that our target group really gives importance to knowing what they can expect before going on a trip. So, for example, some of the respondents mentioned to have unpleasant experiences, or have had unpleasant experiences during a trip, where they, for example, arrived in a hotel and the pictures didn't at all match with what they had seen before on the website. And this is basically where law also comes around the corner, because we discovered that spreading misleading information, including like false pictures, misleading pictures, that do not match with the actual hotel, for example, can possibly break the consumer protection law And this is something that we really want to avoid as a company, since that would cost us money first of all, but also be detrimental for our customer relationship. So the Fellow Vista Preparation Guide basically allows us to extensively and honestly give people a broad insight into our trips. And this will likely lead to an improvement of our customer relationships and eventually more customer loyalty. So let's take a look into the actual contents of the app. So the app consists of 4 parts. First of all, you will find unique cycling routes and training schedules that will prepare you for the French Alps. So these routes are all located in the Netherlands, since the biggest part of the target group is from there, especially in the south, since there are the hills, and also smart parts in Belgium to really prepare the people for the higher, challenging hills of the Alps. Furthermore, one of the highlights of the app is a cycling challenge for a discount. So the goal of this challenge is to complete 800 kilometers in 2 weeks. And these kilometers and routes can all be tracked with the application Strava, which is one of the biggest and most famous cycling apps at the moment. And via Strava, the results can be uploaded into our own app, for Fellow Vista. And from there, the people will be granted a small certificate, including a discount for 10% for the next trip.
Yeah, and what you will also find in the app is our tutorials that will help you understand the basics of bicycle maintenance. So in this way, users of our app will also gain a lot of skills and will be prepared when they're doing the trip. And at last, an interactive map with a day-to-day program and trip details will be implemented in the app. This could look like small videos which are made by the tour guide, which will show the app users how a day in our trip will look like. It could show about the accommodation, but also more about the area, the views, and what a trial each day will look like.
So to promote that app, we have picked up few strategies. We are firstly going to post frequently on our Facebook and Instagram page to promote that app, and especially focus on the unique point, that is the challenge. And we're going to use calls to action button that is going to lead people into our website. Furthermore, we'll upload tutorials and informative videos on YouTube about the app, especially how to use it and get the discounts. And if they would like to know more, there will be an option that will direct them into our app to know further about the discounts and other stuffs. And last but not least, we found out that using copyrighted images could hamper our image reputation. So we intend to use only the pictures and videos that is taken by us.
In our opinion, it would be a great idea to also make use of influencer marketing. By using this, we get the opportunity to engage with a lot of new possible customers via someone else's platform. We chose Debbie Franken, who is a cycling influencer who is both active on Facebook and Instagram with a total of 45,000 followers. On her account, she shows her daily life on the bike and where she tries to encourage her women followers to join the amazing world of cycling. We think the collaboration could be very interesting because Debbie already has some experience with promoting other products and services for different companies. So she knows how to really engage with her followers and try to encourage them for, in the end, download our app or even buy our trip. The collaboration would look as follows. We will collaborate for about 6 posts with her, which will cost us each 250 euros. And the collaboration could look like this. On the left you will see the picture which we will use where she is doing our trip, where she will show the beautiful views that you will get during the trip. And a caption could look like this, where she explains how she experienced our trip, and she will use terminology like, what a course, and I wouldn't have missed this cool vibe. We expect, hopefully, to get from each post about 18 customers. That's done by calculation of the SEA. And when it comes to law for the influencers, a few things have changed since 2022. Since this year, influencers are obliged to put down somewhere when they are paid for an advertisement. So they have to put down a hashtag advertisement, or even in the picture or video say that it is a paid advertisement. Besides that, it is important to note that influencers can be fined when they buy followers or likes by the ACM. So from 2022, we are sure that her followers are real and that it could be interesting to make use of her platform.
So, offline marketing stays relevant to this digital age because it reaches a diverse target group. And for our offline marketing, we picked three strategies, which consists of community partnership. We are going to collaborate with local shops, like bicycle shops and cafes. In exchange for promoting our product, we are going to give their customers a special discount. And we are also plan to, I forgot to mention that community partnership is going to cost us somewhat around 500 euros. That is mostly the posters we are going to use. And for local advertising, we are going to invest in local newspapers, magazines, and mainly feature our unique selling points and also success stories from our previous customers that can really attract people who wants to book the trip with us. And last but not least, direct mail marketing. We are planning to send out mails, postcards to potential target group in their addresses, and we plan to send thank you card to our already existing customers, and to the potential customers we intend to send about our upcoming trips and also the unique selling points as well. And this for this direct mail marketing, we are going to spend around 1,500, and for local advertising we will spend around 1,000 euros.
So to keep our brand unique and stand out, we will take steps to protect our name, logo, videos, and pictures. These includes registering trademarks, using copyright protection, adding watermarks to visuals, setting usage rules, monitoring for issues, securing domain names, and seeking legal advice to stay within the law. And we believe that these steps will help us do things the right way and keep our brand unique.
Right, so now I'm going to explain about the content calendar for the marketing campaign. So first of all, it's important to mention that this isn't our entire content calendar, but only an overview of the most important actions that we take. So since our trips take place from July until October, our promotional season starts from December. So in December, we immediately want to focus on the customer loyalty program. So we want to start with the releasing of an after movie of the last trip on the 1st of December on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, in which some of the highlights are being shown. So this could, we hope that this might stimulate existing customers to already book again with us for the next year. And it could also be a very nice first impression for potentially new customers. Furthermore, we got some presents ready. During Christmas holidays, we are planning to give out a discount to all of our existing customers via email. And on top of that, we even want to increase the discount by adding another 5% with New Year's. So that's a total of 15% as a last call to take advantage of this promotion. And in return for that, we really want to start focusing on collecting reviews from all our existing customers and blogs that can be possibly posted on our own website. And yeah, we believe that this month might be very suitable for all of these actions because of the celebrations, of course, and because people are already looking forward for their summers and yeah, maybe looking around for some possible holidays.
And in April, as it is really close to our actual trip, we are going to increase the social media content and post more frequently about our product. And we are going to mainly feature the Felfista app challenge and post about that in our Facebook page and Instagram page so that people can be more aware about it. And in May, we mainly focus on influencer marketing with Debbie Franken, and we hope to probably get connected with her 45,000 followers who might be interested in our trip. And in June, as it's already the last minute, we're going to offer some very last minute discounts that will be available for the rest of the trip that is available for the people.
So, let's talk money. For this trip, there is a budget of 195,000 euros. Out of that, about 15,000 is allocated to staff that is directly working on this project, this trip. That is everyone from the app developers, the people who plan the content, create the content, photographer, staff who take care of the website, the visuals, and create the website itself. So that's for staff. About 36,000 is on agency cost. That's all of our indirect costs. It comes to about 3,000 a month, so that's the annual total. That's everything from electricity to our accounting. Then the SEO costs 72,000 a year. That's 6,000 a month. We have we have the most expensive package for this, as it was shown that it brings in the most customers, and for your money, it gives you the most back when comparing it to the SEA. So that's why we invested in it more, and also to get the organic foot traffic. And the SEA, that is 115,000 a year. That consists of the first 2 months are 12,500. That's where, as I mentioned earlier, we are having the SEA for YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and the rest of the year is only Instagram and Facebook. So the price is lowered to only 4,500 for the rest of the months. And the rest of the budget is spent on influencer, Debbie Franken, and the offline marketing which we have. As mentioned by Rafid, that totals up to about 3,000. Overall, this is a very reasonable budget. It makes up a little bit under the 10% of the total revenue this trip is going to bring in. And it is the most reasonable way to spend our money, as we found out while putting it together. So, that's
All right.
Yeah, thank you very much
Thank you for your attention. That would be about it for our pitch.
Yeah, we hope that everything is in alignment with your wishes.
And if there is any questions you would like to ask, please do.
Thank you for your attention.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, I have quite some questions for you, and probably also.
I have written down a few.
If we, can we maybe in reverse order, if we stick to this slide, if I look at it just quickly, you say the total budget is 195. If I add 15 plus 36 plus 72 plus 115, that adds up already to 238,000 something.
It's roughly. Wait.
Roughly.
My apologies. I think I made a mistake with the SCA. Yes, the SCA is like 20,000 less. Instead of putting in the amount for because the rest of the month should have been 4,500. I must have put by accident the amount of clicks we'll have per month, which is 9,000. That's why the numbers don't sit.
So what should the correct number be for the SEA then?
Page 70,000.
Still, then the total is already has already been reached. So what is left for the influencer and the offline marketing then? I mean,
As I mentioned, the influencer will cost us about 1,500 because a post costs 250 euros, and we will have 6 posts, about 6 posts. So the influencer is cheaper, a lot cheaper than our SEA, but it will bring in a lot of customers for the money we spend. And the offline marketing is about 3,000.
how much?
3,000. It's not as expensive as it might sound because it's mostly posters and postcards.
But
Okay, and sorry,
yeah.
it may be, that may be true, and it might sort of add up to somewhere near that 195. Why do we pay you not only 15K for the staff working for us, but also 36, wow, for your agency costs?
Well,
So we pay you 51,000 euros, which is sort of full salary.
well, what do you mean by full salary?
It's a full year salary of an employee.
Well, of one employee, but this is a whole agency you're employing, and you are employing the best. So that's why it comes at a premium. As you can see, unfortunately, we do not work for free. So our prices
Nobody asks you to.
might not seem the cheapest, but when you see the results, you will write an apology card because it will be brilliant.
I'm quite sure we're not writing apology cards.
It was just a metaphor.
Okay. We still carry on with those numbers, and you because as my colleague was mentioning, you know, it sort of totals even if you change the number for SEA to what 70,000 or something is what you said.
Yes.
I think, right, 40,000 less 45. You sort of like get to the total amount. Two things about that. Wasn't there supposed to be sort of like a safety margin as well? What if something happens or we need more or additional cost? Wasn't there like maybe 10% or whatever, some sort of a margin to be in there as well?
Of course, if there was an emergency, we could spend more on the influencer and less on the SEA. And not on this specific influencer, but influencers in general costs less than if I paid for advertising in Facebook, Instagram, and well, other channels. Because their audience is quite large and it is very targeted. For instance, the influencer that we chose, she has a very specific age range and demographic. They like biking, blah blah blah, and so it's more targeted, but it's a lot more cheaper because, as we said, 250 per post, and it shows it to all of her followers. Which compared to the SEA, that is, of course, targeted to a certain demographic and location, but it is not as niche, you could say. So if we spend more on the influencer, there would be a lot more money left if there was any need for it, of course. Does that answer your question?
Well, not really, because I think in the budget there should always be some sort of amount allocated for just in case of sort of situations. And it seems now that you're just shifting things around if you are in trouble. So it doesn't really answer my question, but and then the influencer, you said 250 euros, and anyone else can answer as well if you, because I assume that all of you are sort of like aware of this situation. The influencer was proposed 250 euros.
Yeah,
And the,
roughly.
yeah, and then I saw some nice, like on that influencer page, like a post that she could, I think you were presenting that, Sven was your name, was it? Yeah. So Sven, and that had content like a picture of her on the road or those
Yeah.
kind of things. So she's sharing experiences of what your trip is about then, I suppose, right?
Yeah.
To make people interested, to get them to look at your website or anything. How does she get that content? Because if she needs to take pictures of her on the road, she needs to go on the trip. Is she paying for that one herself then?
I could answer your questions. So most of her trips are sponsored by tour agencies like us.
Yeah. So she's sponsored by another tour operator, and you're going to use that content?
No,
Sorry, and could you finish your
Yeah.
answer, please?
Yeah. So what was the question?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, my question is, so you're saying she's acquiring content from other tour operators because she's sponsored, they sent her on a trip, and you're
Okay.
saying she can use that content for
Oh,
your trips
so
as
you
well?
were asking whether she's already been to French Alps and why
Yeah.
she's going to go to French Alps to promote our product.
But you have a specific moment that you want to post in May, if I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken, so if she's going in June, how are you going to do that then?
It's true. If I may say anything about that, we think that she will especially focus on our challenge, and our challenge takes place in the Netherlands, so she might use some certain words like, okay, join us in the challenge, get the discount. So there she can just stay in the Netherlands, for example, in Limburg, where the routes take place.
Okay, so that picture that I saw of her on a bike on a mountain is not going to be.
Yeah, we're still taking that into consideration how it's gonna work with cost, but for now, she can just work from the Netherlands.
if I may add to it, the posts we have planned, it's not only the 1 month you saw in the example, but we have it planned every second month of the year. She will have a post regarding this promotion. So there will be, of course, different pictures. So what you could, what you saw there was the preparation, for instance, but later on there will be different ones. She will basically take our trip for free.
Yeah. Oh, so then the cost for her on the trip, we still need to then incorporate in the cost.
Yes, it's still something that we
It's
are considering.
Okay.
Could you take us back to this offline promotion slide?
Yes, sure.
Yeah, that one. What are local addresses?
Newspapers.
Yeah,
We'll
newspaper.
add, we'll promote our company and our brand by adding it to newspapers, to like local websites.
So you will send postcards to newspapers,
Yeah.
you mean?
No.
Oh, and that way, we will send like newsletter to their mailbox.
But this is offline. So you will send postcards to local addresses. What is it then?
We'll send how do you call it?
Postcards.
The newsletters to their mailbox, like offline mailbox, the one that exists in real life.
So you
to whom? Whom then? Just
To our customers.
Well, not only, existing customers or
Existing
previous
customers.
customers.
Yeah.
but you may know that it is not you're not supposed to send postcards to people who haven't asked for that.
We'll send it to those who decided to subscribe.
To the newsletter.
to the newsletter.
Mm.
And then, yeah, sorry, just double checking, with postcards, you mean digital postcards then?
No, this is specifically actual,
Or is this the postcard that I know
Physical,
with like a
yes.
picture of the mountain? Again, then I'm circling back to my colleague's question, how are you gonna send those to an email address then? Because
No,
that's what you're saying,
no,
newsletters.
normal address.
Yeah, but I
Yeah,
just
like-
heard.
No, like I meant normal, like to their homes. I don't know how we call
I
it.
see.
Oh, then not
Yeah.
normal, yeah.
Yeah, and then how, if I receive stuff like that in my real life mailbox, my offline mailbox, then I become really irritated or.
Okay, let me get to that. So we will make sure to send them to, first of all, to our existing customers who are already booked our trip. So
Yeah.
we are mainly going to send thank you postcards. So I think for existing customers there would not be a problem. And for the potential new customers, I think we have to take into account the fact you said, and we have to take their consent, and we are going to do that by what you said earlier, like yeah, subscription, exactly, yeah. So yeah, we are going to do that only if they make subscription to our
Yeah, but the subscription is usually for a digital e-newsletter, and you're now continuously mixing it up with actual mail by, you know, the mailman, the guy cycling.
Physical.
Right, in the e-newsletter, you will have the option to cross this box if you would like to
Yeah.
receive.
Also physical,
Yes.
okay, and one final question maybe on that from my side, and then,
Mhm.
but you mentioned also, for the new clients or the potential clients, where do you get those addresses then? Who are they?
So they are our target group obviously, but we have to we have to do some sort of online poll maybe to figure out, and if the, do you have any idea like how?
For not existing customers, you know how you get in your mail for an, how do you call it, a newsletter, but it's not subscribed, like for a supermarket.
Yeah, a flyer, folder.
Yeah,
whatever you
yeah,
mean, yeah.
Well, we would give out flyers. It wouldn't be as targeted because we don't know who is specifically our target group, so it would be just like flyers or stuff like that with a
Exactly.
maybe
That has no link to the target group anymore then. That's just.
with an interesting like discount we're offering for the summer. So
Mhm.
yeah, something like that.
There's something
These
to-
flyers will be spread in places such as cycling stores or
Yeah.
fairs, for example, where our target group likely.
Yeah, makes, that actually does sort of like make sense to me, but then they wouldn't be local addresses then, right? They're fairs and shows and shows.
It's a mix.
Yeah. Okay, you had something else that? Well, I was just curious, you were also going to post about behind the scenes moments? What are they? What is behind the scenes?
Well, how people prepare for the trips.
Ah.
Yeah.
And also during the trip, we will make videos. The local tour guide can make videos during the trip, and yeah, give possible new customers a little insight about how it will really look like.
But if let's say if they then, let's say, have pictures or whatever things happening on the road, the trip itself, that's not behind the scenes then, that's the trip itself actually, I would say.
Well, we'll also share the videos of the accommodations that they could choose.
Okay.
Or behind the scenes preps for it, like how we put it together or stuff like that. Interesting things that might interest a customer.
Okay.
One of the goals of the behind the scenes is to introduce the people already to our guides, so they can kind of get to know them, maybe shape some kind of connection before going on a trip.
Yeah.
And we
Yeah.
believe that might, shape some kind of,
I can see.
feeling of trust.
Okay.
Something which really worries me, how will you make our customers really enthusiastic? I see apps and whatever about safety, about bicycle maintenance, about, well, all kinds of, well, the less positive sides of cycling around. The influencer will mainly post about the challenge, not in the Alps. I mean, if I were a woman of 30 and I was supposed to be enthusiastic about participating in one of your tours, how will you make sure that you really draw me into it?
Through, for example, the after movie that we're planning to post after the trip. And yeah, what else?
I don't know if it was missed, but the main like thing with the app is that you can track progress of the challenge in it, and it's supposed to like that's where the challenge takes place, you could say. The safety and preparations are also a part of the app, but I would not call it a main focus for them. It's like something that they might be interested in, but it's the challenge that entices them to explore this opportunity for a nice trip.
Yeah, and the interactive map might sound a bit serious, but our goal is really to make it an entertaining thing. So that, for example, people can learn about the destinations themselves before going there, to know about what kind of people, the population that lives there, and yeah, to show them really an insight into the daily rides, so they can already get excited about the nature. And
Yeah, but I really wonder whether you will get me excited if, well, if I take a proper look at what your campaign ideas, a lot of it is focused on giving discounts. Loyalty is promoted by giving a discount. New customers are supposed to get a new discount. The Christmas presents are discounts. The New Year's presents are discounts. The last minute are discounts. Apart from my worry that my whole profit will disappear as the snow in the Alps in the summer,
Those are not combinable.
I really wonder where the real positive side of, hey, what are we going to do, will appear. I hardly see that appearing. Is that my?
We'll have experience guides. We will have how do you call it? The trails to make sure that the trip is safe. I think it's a positive
And
side of our trip.
I would like to mention also that as you mentioned about the discounts, it's not that these discounts are like will be there like for unlimited people. There will be
I hope not.
Yeah, there will be only like a limitation, like only the first 10 customers get this discount. So
Yeah, fine, but then that's a trigger. Hey, we offer discounts. Blah, 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 fill in our survey, and you might earn a discount.
So we also
And from making a product plan, you know how not huge our margins are. So okay, that can be okay if it's limited.
yeah.
But then the other side is where will you really make people trigger happy and say, that sounds cool.
I want to go
want
on
to
those
participate.
trips.
So I think for, as Shwen mentioned, in computer analysis, one of the biggest part of our trip is the pricing. So I would think for some people that might really be a deal for them to get the same thing that different companies offer for higher price, but we are doing the same thing for lower price. I think 500 euros that you said.
Yeah.
With different.
But looking at myself, I love discounts, but I will only love a discount on a product that I will love in the first place.
yeah, but besides that, during the trip, we will also hire a photographer and someone who records. So they will make like a lot of content that we can share all through the year towards our next trip. So yeah, we won't run out of that. So yeah.
Well, it might not sound exciting, but when people see the visuals, it will entice them more than, of course, what our words now.
I think we have to wrap up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, guys.
Thank you very much.
Thank you
for your
much for your
Questions?
More on a general, let's say you as students presenting topic, just one or two things at least that I wanted to share. I like the intro in itself, solid, introducing sort of like everyone. Curious, and you can answer this one, Daniel, and I think you can answer this one as well, Paulina, because both of you mentioned in your sentence, we're very excited to, where was the excitement then? I didn't see it.
Yeah.
So keep that in mind when you're, I mean, you're presenting, this is your marketing thing, you should show more of that
Yeah,
selling kind of.
maybe the-
I hope you will forgive me if I sound rude. If I am rude, the general funeral
Yeah.
has more fun than the presentation,
Yeah.
honestly. I mean, it's all, apart from the fact it's all in black and white,
Yeah.
where is the enthusiasm both in the PowerPoint, in your presentation, but also in the content of the presentation?
Yeah.
It is all,
I
wow.
mean, we can explain the colors in the font. We believe that you can clearly see everything when it's black and white. You can see the most
Mhm.
important parts of the font. We believe that it's very clear.
Yeah, but
It's also based on our
readable.
logo that we created.
Okay, I can believe that, I can accept it, but if you go and look through your PowerPoint presentation, there's hardly any picture at all. There's only loads of text. Can you take us to the slide of the personas, please? Yeah, I don't have a clue what it says, because the only thing I can read from here is Laura van Dijk.
Yeah.
So it's a waste of slide actually to show this. And the customer journey, it's even worse. There's a huge amount of text, but I don't know what it says. So your story should do the trick, right? And it doesn't.
Whereas in this case, if you then say like, okay, and then we have the pain points and we have the focus points and things like that, and then the only sort of like elaboration was, okay, there's, for example, one pain point which was like the after sales or something like that. I think was there must be way more to say about these kind of things, and then you should sort of like highlight at least the main items there or anything. And a slide like this, and I completely agree with Gijs, there's no point. I mean, what am I going to see on this slide? I cannot read anything.
And then, for example, SEA, SEO, you explain me very carefully what SEA is, I know,
Yeah.
and what SEO is, I know. What I wanted to know is, what
What
will
do you-
our SEA and SEO packages look like? Because that is influential on my decision to hire you or not. Not a general knowledge about SEA, SEO, but what will you do for us? Why will we pay you this 36 plus 15, 51,000 euros?
Quality that doesn't show in this presentation, apparently.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry guys, I had hoped to be more happy after looking at all this, yeah, I think we will see you again in February, and you will do the trick a lot better, and you will really convince us that we should hire your agency, and that we will really feel that we'll pay for quality.
We'll look at all the presentations. Final assessments are obviously still
Yeah.
coming, but yeah, think about how you presented and the feedback that you received already. Yeah?
Yeah,
All right.
thank you for now.